The evolution of God. Many people gaze in wonderment at the pyramids of Egypt, and the first question a thinking person might ask is, how did the pharaohs or kings of Egypt persuade the large number of people who built the pyramids to do the work? It was probably helpful to the pharaohs that the slaves or peasants doing the work were taught to believe that their pharaoh or king was also God, and they were doing God's work. The pyramid symbolizes the institution of monarchy, although this has never dawned on archaeologists. The king is at the very top. He supervises his bureaucracy, which in turn controls the masses at the bottom, hence the shape of the pyramid. So you have the pharaohs building monuments not only to themselves, but to the institution of monarchy itself, which allowed them to bamboozle their subject into believing they were gods. And so it is that the institution of monarchy and the accompanying concept of God has stood the test of time, just as the pyramids still stand today. According to the Bible, the Jews were the slaves of the pharaohs and helped to build at least some of the pyramids. And they broke away from the pharaohs under the leadership of Moses and Aaron and moved to Israel. But since the idea of monarchy was just as powerful, had just as powerful attraction to their leadership as it was to the pharaohs, they refined the idea of God so that it could not be attacked on the basis that kings or pharaohs were not gods, but were humans just like everyone else. Instead, the concept of God was changed to this invisible, all-seeing, all-knowing creator of all things, except for himself, of course, with kings being the servants and spokesmen, or errand boys, hence Aaron, of God, and by complete coincidence, the sons of kings were the only fit people to take the place of kings when they died. Hence Christ, the Son of God. Thus kings had the power of a god without the drawback of having to prove that they were actually God. And this evolution of the God concept has also withstood the test of time, and although the world has done a great deal to free itself from the total control of kings and the institution of monarchy, the institution is still much more powerful than people realize. It is still possible that the institution of monarchy will turn back the clock and once again have total control of society, as they did during the Dark Ages in Europe, during the reign of the pharaohs, King David, and various kings and emperors throughout time around the world. This is particularly true as long as large numbers of people pray the so-called Lord's Prayer and recite the words, "Thy kingdom come." For be careful what you wish for, because you might actually get it. It appears that the world might be moving in that direction, but the Great Spirit says that there is another possible future for mankind. And once again, the public is able to see, and once the public is able to see the Bible as a handbook for kings to control their populations, as the pharaohs did, instead of being some kind of a sacred book for them to bow down and worship, the days of monarchy can finally be laid to rest. This speech is one of a series of speeches which explains the usefulness of the book, Revelations of the Great Spirit, which shows the way for all men and women to throw off the bondage of Christianity and other primitive, obsolete religions and modern pseudoscience such as psychiatry, and achieve the spirit of greatness in their lives for their own benefit as well as the benefit of their friends, neighbors, community, country, and all mankind. Revelations of the Great Spirit has many practical uses, particularly in the field of future prediction. If anyone has any questions or comments about this broadcast on YouTube entitled The Evolution of God, or would like a written transcript of it, or about our textbook, Revelations of the Great Spirit, email me at lawscan2001@yahoo.com. That's LAWSCAN 2001@yahoo.com. And be alert for additional lessons to follow on other subjects.